Now, don't get mad at me. I'm talking.
Now, why would I get mad at you? You're clearly a pastor of some description. You're just up there saying some vague affirmations about how goddamn real and Jeebus loves you and all that razzle-dazzle. It's not like you're about to say some of the most horrendous shit I've ever heard in my life that is not only ignorant as all the possible hells I don't believe in, but also out and out dangerous. And anyone who says that kind of crap should consider maybe sewing their mouths shut with a Kevlar thread and taping it up for good measure with 30 feet of Gorilla Tape. Or, just shutting the f*** up. But you wouldn't do that, would you?
We say things like this. Well, I just got OCD.
Oh, damn it. Yep, we got one of these random, unqualified dipshits who's about to make some unsupported grand statements on mental illness as if they are facts. And what do you know? And if you didn't hear it, but their audience is all on board to spread some good old-fashioned ignorance about mental health like they're absolute facts as well. And what's the guessing that there's no such thing? You're either a bad person or f***ing ghosts did it.
You know why you do things that are out of the ordinary over and over and over and it ticks you off if it's not done? Because you have a spirit of oppression, that's why.
Hey, look who was right. And shit, you know what? I actually thought he was going to talk about dipshits who are like, oh my god, I'm so OCD, because I like things neat. That's it. Sorry, pal. That's not OCD. OCD is a serious condition that makes your life a lot more difficult than it needs to be. Not, this is a bit of a mess in here. Think I'll straighten it up in a bit. It's more like, if I don't check all the locks in my house 3 times each before I leave, all the burglars in the world will break into my house and take all of my stuff. And that would be an example of a milder form. But that shit didn't come from spirits or imps or jinn. And anyone who thinks they did really shouldn't have any influence over other people's opinions about anything other than how to get these dishes cleaned up real good, in my humble sexy opinion.
You ain't got OCD.
Dr. Dumbass is out here making diagnoses on stage. What a brilliant and efficient format for medical treatment. Do you think he can do other things like cancer and broken bones and shit like that? I mean, we all know it's actually going to be that your blood is filled with Satan juice and that your arm's not broken, it's just flopping in the name of Jesus. But going to the doctors for those things, that's just so inconvenient when you can just have this guy scream gibberish at you for an hour and then you'll be cured. I mean, you'll still have the same shit wrong with you. It's just that your wallet will be lighter. And that's a type of cure, isn't it? Really?
I knew a chick that used to wash her hands every 5 minutes all day long when she was awake until she literally washed skin off of her hands.
Okay. First of all, that is disrespectful. We do not call them chicks anymore. That is rude and it's denigrating. They much prefer to be called who big cats whilst sitting on doors because they need to reach the button to get them done. Or maybe that's just Mrs. Sick. Anyway, if I believe you that you knew someone like that and you didn't, I don't know, get them to seek some help, since that's clearly not something one wants to do, then I think you might be kind of an asshole, mate.
Saved.
What the fuck was that? Did you just do an impression of her having an attack? Nice. So you are an awful person. And not in the fun way. And your boom saved kind of bit also suggests that you didn't actually know anyone of the sort, probably just imitating someone that you saw online having an anxiety attack or something. Which is just as classy. But really, anything that you would do to someone in that condition would have done anything but save them, I am 200% sure.
Loved God, baptized, read the Bible, went to church, fasted, prayed. You gonna tell me that's natural?
No, not at all. No one should do any of those things, really. Well, maybe the fasting under supervision of a doctor, but the others definitely no. Not natural at all. Kinda weird, really. I mean, loved an invisible friend, fell into a puddle, read a fictional book that claims to be the work of fact, went to a building to be called a bad person, skipped lunch and had a chat with the same invisible friend. Was it in the same day? God, but it was Sunday too. Yeah, that noise, I'd just sleep in.
That's supernatural oppression is what that is, and she needs deliverance.
You know, I know you are talking about the hand washing, but let's just discuss supernatural oppression for a moment. Feeling you have to spend your life worshipping an unknowable super being, otherwise they will strike you down and send you to suffer forever. I mean, I don't know about anyone else, but that sounds like real supernatural oppression to me.
And a lot of times what we call stuff It makes us feel better because it's the medical term, not the Bible term.
Yeah, of course, obviously. Knowing that you have a condition that will likely make the rest of your life harder than it might have been otherwise and will require a lot of work to manage, that's the easy answer. Not, you can totally and completely cure this forever if you just pray hard enough. That's the really hard answer and not a cop-out in any way, shape or form. I have to wonder if these people even listen to themselves when they spout this absolute asinine drivel. I assume not, since they're still able to keep a straight face afterwards.
Look, I'm telling you, this is real.
Real? Yeah, really creepy having a room full of people f***ing applauding this absolute and obvious horse crap. You know, people tell me all the time that the people I cover, they're just lying. They can't possibly be that stupid. They can't believe something that's ridiculous. No one could. Well, I present Exhibit A through infinity of all the f***wits in the world who go to these kinds of things, spouting off incoherent nonsense, with literal crowds of people cheering it like they're at their sports ball match, watching their team win. Except in this case, it's everyone else on the planet that loses, just on the sheer damage to average intellect alone.
We've been all over this, ain't we, baby? We've been studying it. Look, do not jump up right now.
Oh, don't worry about it. It's not going to happen. I mean, these people would clearly struggle to both stand upright and make the honking noises they consider worthwhile words and sentences. Pretty sure they physically cannot do that. You know, because of the dumb.
And rebuke me for what I'm about to say.
Oh, right, you mean the people who think you are kind of a dumbass, spouting dangerous horseshit when I can understand why you might be afeard of an ass-kicking. I wouldn't do it, and not only because I don't want to get stupid on my boots, but yeah, I would be surprised if any of them are there, and most of these people, I'm pretty sure that you could tell them that Satan was the reason they keep getting horrendous diarrhea, and it's certainly not because they subsist on a diet of curried milkshake.
But I read the Bible too much to worry about what you think.
Oh man, if that's not a cell phone and a half. Yes, you read the Bible too much to be able to critically accept and understand things other people say and how the shit you believe is incredibly silly and makes you sound like you read the Bible too much. I mean, of course you wouldn't care what other people think. You stopped being able to do it yourself about 5,000 read-throughs ago.
Did you know on 3 occasions, we're going to go through all of them, not today, thank God.
Hey, he got to it before me, because he's right. No one wants to hear his tall tales of knowing people in real life. I like my stories to be believable, and I'm pretty sure that this guy's mother probably thought he was way too uncool to hang out with after she walks in on him jerking off to his favourite Bible passage for the 6th time today.
On 3 occasions, kids were brought to Jesus.
Oh, poor Jesus. Just sat around the house, chilling out, watching TV, maybe playing some video games, and then who knocks on the door? Fucking Margaret and her bloody crotch goblins, asking that he do his miracle shit on them again. And he knows he shouldn't. He knows he should tell her to fuck off and actually take them to the therapy they so clearly need, but he just isn't in the mood to be put on blast all over social media again for being unneighbourly. So again he performs Axie on the kid to calm them down, and off she goes, again having learned nothing about being an actual parent. Good job, Jeebus.
Not of their own will, of their own volition, but by their parents.
Really? Kids don't choose to go to Jesus Club in order to get tricked into believing he's real? You do surprise me. I thought we all naturally knew of God/J-Man's presence, and that those of us who don't are just pretending for some nonsensical reason. But apparently, you have to drag kids kicking and screaming to church. Me am the shocked.
That had epileptic fits. Anger issues. Outbursts of emotion.
And let me guess, you gave them some incredibly severe, debilitating trauma to go with those issues that they will struggle with for the rest of their lives while you go back to talk on stage about what a good thing you did. Because they learned now to mask hard whilst around you and their parents, so everyone around them thinks that they are fixed. Yeah, I think there might be a reason that I think you are kind of the worst person imaginable.
And because we've called it possession, parents refuse to deal with it.
No, because you've called it possession. Parents, at least the ones who haven't been brainwashed into thinking you are anything other than a charlatan, think, right, this guy is obviously a moron. Let's not put the welfare of our children into his hands. and go to someone who actually spent their life reading lots and lots and lots of different medical textbooks instead of a guy who has just read one book over and over and over again. Also, for some unknown reason, the pages of his copy are stuck together.
Are you telling me my kid's possessed? No, I'm telling you, your kid could be demonized.
Demonized? What, like what you're doing to basically all people with any kind of mental health problems? Because demonized doesn't mean like some sort of demon infusion. It's to make something appear as bad or evil or, demonic. Honestly, your use of it just kind of sounds exactly like possession. And considering the shit you have said already, I am surprised you would shy away from it like that. It's just as dumb as anything else you've said, mate.
And attacked, but your doctor calls it autism.
Oh, damn you. I think I need to wash. And you know how I feel about washing, but that actually made me feel dirty just hearing it. What's the betting he's a friggin' anti-vaxxer too? I mean, dumbasses are calling vaccines the mark of the beast because isn't f***ing everything. But no, autistic children are not demon-possessed or demonized in quotes, whatever the hell that's supposed to be. And acting like they are is probably one of the most disgusting things I have heard on this here channel. And I deal with a lot of god-awful ass claims. So, well done, I guess. Whoa, what has that mic ever done to you, buddy? I seen and heard a lot of f***ed up shit in this video, but that's just crossing the line. That poor bit of tech can't even defend itself and you're just smashing its head over and over into your little stand there. You really are a monster, aren't you?
I don't care if you stand or not. I don't care if you leave or not.
Ah, of course, the rallying cry of the total dipshit. I said something incredibly stupid and insensitive and probably will lead at least one dipshit in this audience to making their kid's life objectively worse. Although, since he's getting uptight, I have a funny feeling that some or maybe even a few people in his audience are actually leaving because they think this guy is an asshole. And if that is happening, well, a little bit of faith restored in humanity. And good job, Mr. Preacher Man, for pushing people away from your brand of stupid, even if it was by accident.
I'm telling you, there's deliverance in the name of Jesus Christ for your children and their children's children. There's deliverance in that.
Oh my God, calm the f*** down. You look like a toddler having a temper tantrum. Do people actually find this kind of shit engaging and inspirational? And I mean that not in a, haha, look at the fool, I'm glad I'm not him kind of way, but in a, he makes a good point, and look at him jump around like that. That's what all those science guys never do when they explain things. That's how me can tell they am the dumb.
Ain't no such diagnosis in the Bible.
Really? The Bible doesn't know about medical things? That's a f***ing shock, isn't it? Couldn't be because it was written hundreds/thousands of years ago by people who, by today's standards, were almost as ignorant as you. No, it must be missing because it doesn't exist. Now I'm just looking at other things that don't exist because they're not in the Bible. So probably should get rid of that microphone and all those cameras for a start. And hell, even if it was in the Bible, you should get rid of them anyway, because you are just the worst, mate.
Jesus cast out that oppressing spirit, and the child was made whole that very hour, the Bible said, that very hour.
Christ, and I thought I moved about too much. And sure, of course, because it's not like the Bible is full of fanciful, made-up bullshit or anything. No. Everything in the Bible is a true story that is true, and just because none of it makes sense doesn't mean you shouldn't use it as your only reference for life. That would be dumb. Although, considering his hypocrisy already on display, what are the chances that not only does he go to the doctors and get diagnosed for all sorts of things that were never in the Bible, but that he also gets some top-notch treatment too, paid for by, let's just call them what they are, rubes and marks.
That's what the Bible says. Now, I'm just figuring all this stuff out, so don't quote me on everything that I'm saying. I'm just saying, quote me on everything I'm saying.
And that is it. That was quite the ride, and I believe my first introduction to Pastor Greg Locke. And obviously he even admits that he's just making this up. But also, he am the big smart, that it is a brilliant idea and you should totally do it. What an absolute dumbass. Here's hoping that I never, ever, ever have to deal with him again. But I never get what I want. Funky stunners who save big cats whilst sitting on doors because they need to reach the button to get them down.
Wait, before you go, I have something super important to tell you. It's life or death. It will change everything forever. Nope, wait, it's gone. Oh well, probably wasn't important. But while I have you, don't forget to comment, subscribe and notify. And if you want more of my smexy voice, check out Mrs. Six channel Spoonstaff Stories, where I narrate and voice all the videos, and she does the work. And if you want to support the channel, check out the merch store for cool t-shirts, or check out Patreon, memberships and PayPal to support directly. Finally, follow me on the medias of social to get completely pointless guff and to keep up on the latest releases. Oh, I just remembered what I was gonna tell you. Whatever you do, don't touch the